Hello pilots, and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. A couple of weeks ago, you may remember we posed the question, which Anakin / Vader is the best? And a lot of you said that we had to do it, so we did it. And we have a 7-man Aces High with all variations of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader on the table to answer that exact question. Joining me to find out which is the best version of the Dark Lord Fallen Apprentice, we have...
It's me, Fergus. I actually played in this and it was one hell of a game. It was very funny and yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, it was an absolute laugh. I mean, just having to road every turn was just silly.
Poor Wes.
Yeah, poor
He
Wes.
never did it.
I mean, running Anakin in the Naboo Starfighter, the only non-I6 on the table, yeah, meant he was always flying first and shooting last. But we will see if spinning is a good trick for him. But we have gone straight into round one, so we're not going to go through the lists because there's a lot there. They are in the description below. But just to quickly run through, we do have Darth Vader in the TIE X1, flown by Madbots. Anakin Skywalker in the Delta 7, flown by Fergus.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker in the Y-Wing, flown by myself. Anakin in the Eta 2, hiding down in the bottom right corner at the moment, flown by Ben. Darth Vader in the TIE Defender, flown by Conor. Anakin Skywalker in the Delta 7B, flown by Fergus's brother Fraser, so expect some confrontations there. And as I've already mentioned,
confrontations. Only minor. Yeah.
Not a proper sibling rivalry this time. But we also have, again, Wes flying Anakin in the N1 Starfighter. So your guess is as good as ours as to how this is going to go down. I mean, when we proposed this, Fergus, who was your initial thought of probably the best option there?
Well, the obvious one's Defender Vader, and I was actually going to say when it came to who got who, it was first come, first serve. And Phil asked me, "Oh, are you still interested in doing this?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's left?" Because I'm not a Republic player or Empire, so I was just like, "I'll take whatever's left." And the last two left were the Calibrated laser targeting 7, Delta 7, and the Y-Wing. So that was what me and Phil got. So we saw a humble truce at the start. It's like we're like the forgotten children. We're the middle children of the Anakin invaders.
Yeah, basically this is 2.0 builds, and I said I'm not even going to limit anything because when looking at the actual builds, it's fairly even between them, so it wasn't exactly a huge issue.
Because we did 2.5, so it was everyone just gets what you get if you're playing in a regular game. So I think the most expensive was obviously Defender Vader, but then
I mean
the cheapest was either me or you, I think it was.
I think looking at it was I think it was actually yours is the cheapest one for the points, but then again with the loadout and the different abilities that each Anakin and Vader has, obviously both yourself and Fraser have the same ability, but generally I felt that it was going to be funny no matter what happened, and the best thing to do is just see how it goes. And we did it classic Aces High style, so it is first to 6 points and then the game ends. If you manage to take the first hit off someone, you score a point. If you take someone out, you get 2 points plus a bounty token on your ship. If you take out someone who has a bounty token, you actually get 3 points because you get that bounty token as well. So it's just going to to be absolutely mental. I mean, we can already see some confrontations lining up in that top right-hand corner there.
Yeah, I mean, it's between the N1 and the yellow Delta 7. I know he's technically the 7B, but he's yellow and blue.
Yeah.
Guessing I think I'm like the blue one. I know it's Plo Koon's, but it's quite similar to what Anakin had in like the really old, like the first Clone Wars cartoon. And like that episode when he fought Ventress, which was that's a classic fight.
Yeah, and it's a cool looking ship, and I've done a reasonable job on the paint job. I like to think.
No, it's a good paint job, yeah.
But obviously, when I said, if you're going to fly that, which two did you want? So I brought two different coloured ones because I didn't know what colour Fraser was going to bring, so that we could try and differentiate them on the board. But we have our first shot, and it's not Fraser. Madbots is using heightened perception to be super cheeky and get that first shot in on baby Annie. And in fact, he used the homing torpedoes there. And Wes decided he'd prefer not to have to potentially take 4 damage. So he actually just took a single damage there, which I think is a good option if you ask me.
Yeah, Aces, I mean, it does mean Madbots is already has scores on the doors, but it's better.
Yeah.
I just think Ace is high, like the homing missiles and homing torpedoes are really good.
It's just absolutely brilliant. Ion as well is quite fun because although you're not doing a huge amount of damage, controlling where someone's going to go, and generally Ions, you're throwing more dice than you normally would. But that's a big force expenditure there from Fraser, really trying to see if he can take Wes out, in fact, early. Looks like the evade's being spent there, so only 1 more damage into little Annie so far. You will notice, guys, as well on the sides, the yellow number next to the stat line is the amount of points that the pilots have currently. To try and keep it clear for you guys, well, the white number is actually the order that they will be going in initiative. So to try and keep it as clear as possible, because I know that when you'll see when we do road in turn 2, it was entertaining to try and keep on top of, to be honest.
Like it just got jumbled.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone's I6 apart from Wes, so road was always good fun at the start.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like you've got a cheeky shot into X1 Vader there.
Cheeky pot shot. Of course he does. X1 Vader has all the green dice and all the actions.
It's going to be tricky actually to get damage through on everyone but Wes, I'd say, because there's a lot of force lying around on the table there, so there's a lot of potential for changing results quite easily.
Well, I think the easiest people to get damage on are probably you and the Y-Wing, Wes and Fraser. Because they're not 3 agility, 3 force.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, I've got access to a purple evade, which isn't the best, but it's still an evade, and Ben can get a regular evade, and so can the defender, so that just makes them extra defensive, which is nice.
I mean, the defender with the ability there is going to get that evade anyway, and as we were saying, there is some damage onto Fraser early doors. I mean, he did spend a lot of force there as well and took a really close range shot from Wes, so Madbots and Wes both with a point at the end of round 1. Wondering how much more action we're going to see up in that top right, if it's all going to stay there or if they're going to try and get away from that area. And here is the crazy road and having to do mental figuring out in our head.
In the meantime, as we figure out what road is, I'm going to read some Anakin related puns. Because why not? Come on, Phil, you should get this one. How much did it cost for Anakin to become a Sith Lord? An arm and a leg.
Oh, that's terrible. I should have got that. That's like a classic dad joke as well. That's the kind of one I'd say to my team and they'd just be groaning at me. So bad. But you enjoyed that one. You enjoyed that one, didn't you?
Way too much, yeah.
Oh, well, looks like we've got into round 2 now, and Wes is obviously going to fly first, but this is ideal for Vader in the X1 as he has initiative, and no one can steal it from him because he's the only one with heightened perception, which did surprise me actually that only one person had that.
The thing is, I was going to take it, but then I was like, Shattering Shot. I've never used it before, so I thought that'd be fun. I never used Shattering Shot once. Yeah. But just a heads up in the video, I never use it.
Well, there's baby Annie doing his barrel roll, by the way.
Yeah, do a barrel roll, man. But see, for me, I know it was good for it's good that Madbots had the initiative, but because I was such a fragile ship, I was thinking I want to roll as bad as I can so I can go last, and I don't mind if I don't shoot first. Yes, I'm missing out on points, but then I can hopefully get a pot shot and then finish someone. That was sort of the hope that
It's one of those things, like, going first is great, taking that first point of damage, but if everyone else is focused down on one ship, it gives you the opportunity to swoop in and steal the kill, which is absolutely hilarious. And it's happened to me so many times in Aces High, and you're just there like, oh, I've worked so hard for that, and then they're left on 1 health and someone comes in and sneaks it. It's frustrating but also entertaining at the same time.
It sort of comes back to you want to go last, but then if you take heightened perception as well, so that's why I think Madbots is like really dangerous, because if he gets a bad roll with Road, but if he gets lucky and doesn't roll gets like 3 blanks and is last, then can spend heightened perception and go for it. It gives him so much more flexibility, which is actually a really good reason for why he took it.
I mean, the X1 in general is just so flexible with the fact that he can spend a force to do another action. You obviously run the risk of force starving Vader, but he's got hate on there as well.
Yeah.
So if he does take damage, he's getting that force back pretty quickly. And it's a solid ship as well, the X1. I really like it. You don't really see enough of it.
It's got a lot of agility, good action bar, and it's got a decent amount of health actually, which is...
It does suffer from not having a native boost action, which I think is the one thing that every time I look at it and I sort of go, I'm going to run the X1, I go, oh, it doesn't have a boost. And a TIE fighter with like a TIE chassis like that, you want it to be super aggressive. Without the boost, just doesn't feel right. Obviously, you can stick afterburners on there, but that's a big investment.
That's 10 points, man.
A big investment in points where you can put it elsewhere. So, but I mean, like the advanced targeting computer ability on that, I absolutely love that ability. I think it is just so powerful.
I mean, also X1 Vader's getting a new look when his quick build comes out from Battle of Yavin.
Yes,
which is an interesting mix of the 2 Vaders.
Yeah,
because it's the chassis of X1, but then there's the ability of Defender, but slightly toned down.
Yeah, it's very... I like what they're doing with those cards. It's going to be interesting to see how they're pointed, because from everything that they've said, they're available to use in standard play, which is crazy. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing the actual rules for the Battle of Yavin, because as those of you who have been watching the channel for a while may remember, we did actually do our own version of the Battle of Yavin for May the 4th.
We did.
So, I mean, the guys over at Atomic Mass might have written a better version than what I knocked together, but we will see.
I mean, they're different. Depends. I don't know what is actually included in the Battle of Yavin, but yours focused on like the whole survivability, and it's like one stage to another. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with it. So
yeah, I mean they're doing. I think they're saying like 35-point games for that, but I don't even know when that's out. But we'll probably pick that up and go through the pack as and when that comes up. But that looks like final bit of movement is yours there, Fergus, and that is very close to that asteroid there.
Yeah, I think as we see in I'm not experienced in 2.5. I'd like to play more, but I just haven't been able to. So there are some rules which I play in a 2-point style when I realize, hang on a minute, it's 2.5. If I run over this, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, obstacles are a lot more painful nowadays. You definitely want to avoid them, and especially where you were primarily a separatist player, your view on obstacles was different. It was, I can put things on those obstacles. Yeah. So, although we have seen in the South Coast series, well, actually we didn't see it on camera, but when I was playing against one of the separatist players, they tried to land on the asteroid but overshot it, and that wasn't fun for them.
Oh, that's one dead watch droid if I've ever heard of it.
He survived with 1 health. It was annoying.
Oh.
But there was a shot from Madbots, nothing going through there. Defender Vader finally getting to pull the trigger.
Oh.
And that's a good shot.
That's plated hull.
The funny thing is, he's got malice. So malice is the anti-plated hull.
It's like, you take one away, I get it back.
Yeah. But still had shields.
And you've got a lot of health.
No shields anymore. Yeah, no shields anymore. So it didn't really matter about the crits on there. But that is points there for Conor with the defender. Now Ben having a cheeky shot at cannon. That's a good ion cannon shot there.
I think that is a good ion cannon shot.
Oh, nice.
And a worse defend from Madbots from the looks of it.
So 1 damage going through and an ionized Vader as well. That is not ideal. Fortunately, using the new ion rules, he can do a 1 forward or a 1 bank. So that's
which doesn't mean he's completely out the game, which is nice from both ends.
Yeah. I like the new ion rules actually. I always forget about them though when I get ionized. I'm like, I could have done a bank. But I think ion in general, from 1.0 to 2.0 to 2.5, it's just getting more balanced.
Because I think ion can be quite toxic and not very encouraging if you just keep ionizing people.
Yeah. Oh, and your brother really trying to go for you there.
And I'm gonna. Oh, what do I do actually? I can't remember.
You roll dice and you take damage.
Roll badly, yeah. That was it.
Having to spend your final force there to only take 1. So, and if I remember right, you had enduring on as well.
I had enduring because I was thinking I'm a fragile little thing. Having crits isn't fun, so I'll spend the 5 points to take enduring and decide to cancel the crits first, which I think is actually very good on either low shield or all hull ships, because like Sunfact loves it. Delta Anakin likes it if he's not 7B, and among other ships that I can't think of, I think it's Fang Fighters might like it actually.
Fang Fighters wouldn't be a bad shout with it. But here is an ion torpedo into Defender Vader. Do we have both Vaders ionized here? Because that would be hilarious.
Ionize them, just for the fun.
It's definitely 1 damage going through, so I'm getting a point regardless.
Oh,
that cheeky Vader, because no ion, but everyone has a point except
Except me, but that's you know.
You'll get a point eventually, I promise.
I'll see what I can pull something out the bag. I'm full of surprises.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at these ships around. The only one that hasn't actually taken damage now is
Defender.
Anakin in the Aether. Yeah, it's got 4 shield space.
Yeah. I believe Ben actually had a shield device actually when we played this.
Possibly.
Because I just remember having just one lonely shield token on his card, but then that could have been a force token, but I believe it was shield.
Well, I mean, to be honest, he keeps his cards are a little bit off screen, so can't actually see them.
He keeps his cards close to his chest. That's what you're saying.
He does indeed.
Reveals
nothing. Trying to fit 7 players around a table, even when you've only got one ship, but some of these ships have a lot of upgrades, is quite challenging, to be honest.
Yeah, looking to you, Phil. Come on, take up all the space.
I've only got 5 upgrades on mine, I think.
I have 3.
But yeah, more road. So end of round 2, 1 point for everyone except yourself.
You know what that means? If it's another road, it's another joke. There should be a rhyme there, but I can't be asked. Right. Anakin was a bad student. He never paid attention in classes. He never took any tests seriously. And all his teachers were angry with him. Teacher Obi-Wan was especially worried and said this to Anakin. I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. They're going to get worse and worse.
So bad. That is so bad. Oh, I kind of love it though. I'm going to have to remember that one.
This is getting terrible.
Yeah. Ooh, Wes is coming back around. He's sensing blood in the water there. Vader's taking damage. Is he... Oh, this would be quite nice if he can catch Ben out there. But there's a lot going on. Obviously, you're coming round as well. Oh, is that going to fit? Oh, nice. Only just. 2 turns of some pretty good flying there, I'm not going to lie, buddy.
I mean, I try my best sometimes.
It's quite interesting, obviously, how everyone's up in that corner, and then you've just got me and Conor down the other side. Just like
just we'll do our thing.
We've got the most health here, and we're going to try and take each other out.
Yeah, I'm going to face a defender and see what I can do about it. Not like it's the most expensive ship in the game.
I mean, having that defender staring at you is a bit nerve-wracking, especially when you have 1 evade dice. It's kind of just making me go, I don't know how I feel about this.
How much more health do you have than a defender? I suppose I only like 2 or 3. Can't be much more.
I have 8 basic, he has 7.
Oh yeah, because it's 4
so,
and 3.
I mean, I think between us we have more health than the rest of the ships on the board. But that was quite an aggressive move there from Conor, actually, doing that 3 forward.
I mean, I think he wants to get that focus evade each turn just because he kept them on his cards. Because I know what I'm doing every turn. Plonk him in.
Yeah, I mean, there is that, but I don't know. I feel maybe a K turn would have been really good there from the defender.
A white K turn would have been like, oh. Yeah. He did play a bit too safe.
So far, yeah. I mean, I'd have been throwing that thing in there, and even if it does go down, still have fun and be aggressive with it.
You get it back. It's like, can I deal more than what people can hit me? So it's like, I'll just see if I can take out 2 ships and then go down, and then someone takes my bounty, and then okay, well.
Yeah, because obviously with Aces High, again, for those of you that haven't played it before, firstly, you should. It's actually really good fun. We've done a few Aces High now, and every single time, everyone's just come away from it having had such a good time. But when your ship goes down, before road and dials are set for the next round, you'll actually pick one of the hyperspace markers that you can see on the board. You roll a dice, and it will give you obviously the result from that, and you'll see there's a blank, a hit, or a focus on the hyperspace, and that's where you actually start your next round. So you could end up in some seriously interesting positions when you die and come back.
So and you get your upgrades back as well. So it's just like new ship.
You come back basically as you were at the start. So think of it as the green mushroom in Mario. It's a new life for you.
It's just a one-up for you.
Yeah, and that's one thing I do like about Aces High, that even if your ship goes down, you're not out.
You're not out forever, which is good fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you can come back in. That's nice. That's nice positioning there. And there's the rotate turret.
Yeah. You just brought all the ion stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't bring any bombs, which would have been fun. I think I had ion torpedoes, an ion cannon turret, instinctive aim, R5.
Yeah, R5. You had R3.
R3.
I'm just looking at your cards. What else? I'm looking at the art really, but
yeah. I mean, the list is in the description below. I mean, let's have a quick look. I've got it here. So, ion torpedoes, ion cannon turret, instinctive aim, R3 Astromech. Apparently, I did bring proximity mines, but I forgot to put the card down because I had another list for me for the later game, and so I did have mines, but I also had Agile Gunner on there as well, which I've started using Agile Gunner recently, and it's actually really good. So I've really had good fun using that, and it's actually saved my bacon quite a few times.
You really missed the trick with not bringing proxy mines, because I feel like I just remember when we were playing, it's just like you should have proxy. Oh, I wish I had proxy mines. I wish I had that. Yeah.
I know what I did as well, because obviously we were having a game after this.
Yeah.
And I had that list set up, and rather than bringing like multiple proximity mines, it was in there, and I forgot to check my phone to see what the list was for this, and just assumed. So, good tip for everyone there. Make sure that you're checking your list against what you've actually written out to ensure you've got all of your cards.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you miss a perfect proximity mine on Vader, which is always satisfying.
Yeah, especially on Defender Vader, get that guaranteed damage.
Well, that's a good hit from Madbots into Ben. That's a better green dice roll, though.
Oh.
That's the thing with the Eta 2. It's such a hard ship to actually...
It's very squirrely. It can just get around things quite easily.
You wouldn't think it was as squirrely as it is, but it is just ridiculous. It's quick, it's nimble, it's got the force there, it's got good amount of evades. Oh, that's a strong attack there from Fraser into Wes.
2 crits. Try and get some.
This could be bad. Force for evade.
Go with the evade. Yeah.
Perfect. And Fraser has used one of his R2D2 charges to heal back up his...
Get a shield back, yeah.
Shields back.
At the cost of a deplete, but he was up range 1, so it's like they cancel out, so...
And Ben now... Well, Ben is super glad he's got that focused now.
Yeah.
That is
quad
ideal.
Eyes. Hey, see what he did there.
And let's have a look. Ooh.
Oh, well.
Still 2 damage going through, so that is Vader very much hurted there in the X1. He got all of his force back though, so that's a plus, I suppose.
Yeah, luckily had hate, which is good to have when you have lots of ships staring at you.
I think hate is just a great one to have on high force ships. Ooh, 3 hits there into the defender. And spending the evasive. No more damage, no ion defender.
Hard to hit.
Yeah, it'd be great if I remembered that I had proximity mines at this point, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pack your cards right.
Oh, such an idiot. Remember, kids, don't be like Phil.
No, don't be like Phil.
So Wes just making that decision as to who to go for. I genuinely think Vader is the best option there. Although he's got the focus and a lot of force, he's only got 2 health.
I feel like if you can get Vader off the table, that's one definitely deserved bragging rights. Because, I mean, getting any Vader off the table is impressive, but then there's the range 1 shot on the Aether. But then the Aether gets more dice, which is a fun one. So do you go... Actually, I think both will be obstructed, so you might go for me in the end, actually. Oh, he's going to Vader. Try and finish him off. Oh, well, that didn't go to plan.
Well, I mean, he can spend the force and see if he can sneak one through. No. Not a chance there. So, a bit of a shame, but it was. I still think going into the X1 there was probably the best option. But yeah.
Well, looks like we're doing roads.
Well, before you do road,
do the plugin.
Just need to do the plugin. So just to remind you guys, if you do enjoy what we're doing here at Out of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with the link in the description below. We are regularly putting updates on there of the new things that are coming up and little sneak peek behind the scenes pictures of games that we have been playing recently. So definitely worth checking that out.
Yay! Alright, this actually has been my new favourite joke, so I got high expectations for this. Why was Anakin Skywalker arrested while driving a cab? Because he was a taxi Vader.
That one. That one's terrible. I'm gonna have to edit some tumbleweed across the table for that one, aren't I?
Oh, can they still have a really bad drum kit?
I mean, it now impresses me that you didn't bring out any of these jokes when we were actually playing.
That's what I don't know how I didn't.
I mean, we did start this with "This is where the fun begins."
This is where the fun begins. Yeah. Oh, I should have said at the start of this video. Well, the fun begins now, but only now.
Well, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a break-up in that top. Wes has decided that he's had enough up there and he's coming down to say hello to a Y-Wing. So this could be interesting. I'm really curious as to what Defender Vader is going to do here now. He's got to do a turnaround, right? He's got to do a K-turn, stay. That's what I would do. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I mean,
you could either go round or do a K-turn. I think K-turn would have been so much better last turn because they would have had a prime shot on you.
I mean, it would have been a great shot on me there. Range 1. I don't know if I would have survived that. I mean, admittedly, if I'd have remembered proxy mines, that would be great right now. But one thing I'm just impressed with, I'm looking at Wes's position and how much ground he's covered in that N1. He's literally flying that like it is properly Baby Annie, just going, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. Wow,
let's try spinning.
Yeah.
Let's try spinning. I think that's a good trick.
I mean, it's just... And the fact that it got right in the middle of all those ships, X1, ESA2, both Delta 7s, and it came out the other side, and it is still fine. That in itself is incredibly impressive, if you ask me.
Here I come just to try and line up a bullseye just for fun.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes the standard Delta 7 a bit trickier. You obviously don't get that standard 3-dice shot, but if you get that calibrated laser targeting, it's great.
To be honest, it's better and worse because it's guaranteed. Because you just all you need to do is focus, and then you've got a really you've always got force, and then you've got a really good shot. And it's also with a double reposition, you can get that bullseye really easily. It actually surprised me how often I got it. So,
I mean, you say you've always got force, but
I have 0. I have like 1 or 0 at the moment.
Top left of the board, you have no force currently.
I just spent it, just kept spending it. So
you spent it like a school kid with pocket money in a sweet shop.
Oh, I did. I think I spent it all first turn because I was like, am I going to get shot by Defender Vader? I'm going to do a purple evade.
I mean, I don't blame you. Like an early shot from Defender Vader would have been like quite painful.
Even though he's moving quite slow at the moment, he's just going round.
Yeah, he's
taking his time.
This is supposed to be the angry Vader, right?
Like this is like Apprentice Vader rather than Dark Lord of the Sith. Even though he's dark.
He just seems more like he's having a leisurely stroll around the board.
He's just taking his time with it.
It could be that he's getting ready to come in and pick off some of the weaker ships. I mean, he has got the ability just to absolutely destroy when he gets those shots. I mean, Malice and Vader's ability on the Defender are insane. And how did that not go over the gas cloud there?
Talent, but it means he does get to use Pattern Analyzer, which he brought, so...
Yes. Pattern Analyzer, great shout now that you can actually get that on the X1. Can't link it by spending the Force though, because you can still only do one action.
Only lets you do one action. That's like the cap.
Yeah. But it does mean that he's got that target lock, and he's still got 3 Force anyway to use as he needs, so that is still incredibly powerful. So looking at it, I think that is everyone moved. So now going into the shooting, and once again, Fraser is shooting at you.
I mean, I grant the only thing is shot, but he has got 2 depletes, so he's down a dice.
Yeah, he is fully healthed up again now.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a bad shot, and now you have to make a decision. Do you spend that focus?
Do I want CRT or do I want to survive?
I'm not even sure if you get CRTs, so...
that's true.
Well,
I've definitely got range 1.
So... Yeah, you've definitely got range 1, so that's good. I'm just outside of range 1 by the look of it, which is a bit of a shame. But going to Ion Torpedo. My target lock was hidden behind the ship from my view there, so I tried to spend the Force but didn't need to.
Ooh, we're still rolling 4 dice there, and the maximum you could do is 1, so... But
if I ionize him, that's good.
Came out of commission for 2 turns.
No, just the 1 damage there.
Oh, that leaves him on 1 health though.
Leaves him on 1 health. Sets you up nicely, unfortunately.
I know, you're too kind.
I mean, that's the risky run when you're using ions, but it was more dice. Yeah, you do get the range 1. Again, not sure if you got CLT, but it doesn't really mean anything. But
didn't. Hit crit. Both need to go through to kill him.
And he's got no Force either, so...
No, but he's rolling quite a few. Oh.
Ooh.
That's an Anakin gone.
That is a dead Annie. And there we go, guys. That's the end of the video. Anakin Skywalker is dead.
There's
the rest of these
guys can't exist. So
only kidding.
That's Star Wars for you, folks.
Yeah. This is the new Star Wars What If. But I mean, in all fairness, it is impressive that N1 survived as long as he did. He had so many ships facing him.
He was ganged up for most of the game, to be honest.
And there's your first couple of points as well there. So 2 points for getting that kill, and you do now have a bounty token on you, which means that you are definitely worth going for, because taking you out actually gets that person 3 points now.
Yeah, so it's 2 points for the kill, and then as many points as the bounty he has.
Yeah, and the good thing with those bounties as well is they actually go onto your ship card, so you don't add the bounties to you to lose them later on.
No, so it's unless you keep your bounty to the very end of the game, you don't get the points.
The worst bit is if you manage to keep it to the end of the game and get sniped.
Oh.
And if I remember rightly, it's been a few games since then, but that might have been what actually won someone the large base Aces High. But if you are interested in any of the other Aces Highs that we have done, they are on the channel under the features playlist, and they were absolutely hilarious. We did small base, medium base, and even large base.
Large base Aces High sounds horrible. Sounds like a mess.
Not only that, it was large base Aces High with 9 players. So we actually went 1 player more, and it was just carnage. So funny. It took a while to do that game, obviously, as you can imagine. Not a lot of evades going on, but a lot of health to chew through. And it was some of the most fun we've actually had playing X-Wing. Aces High, it's just a great option. And 4 to 8 players, you can have a great game of it. So definitely worth having a look at if you guys haven't played it already.
So this is when the part where Wes comes back to life.
Yep, so Wes is coming back. He's coming in on the 1 hyperspace marker with that focus. And just to remind you, do have to go out from the hyperspace marker. You can't go over it. But looks like it's an interesting position. Gives either me, you, or potentially Conor the option of sniping an early point there in on Wes, or gives him the option of trying to take you out and get his bounty back.
Get his points back. What did Obi-Wan say to Anakin when Anakin said, "What's up?" The high ground.
Good. Yeah, I knew it was going to be the high ground.
Really?
I was waiting for a high ground joke from you, to be honest.
Well, that'll be for that's next week. That's the Obi-Wan Aces High. No.
Yeah, all 3 versions of Obi-Wan that are available.
So many focus tokens there.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, guys, if you have a thought of what could be a crazy option for Aces Highs similar to this, we've had some thrown out there. Y-Wings only, TIE variants only, so
just TIE fighters.
TIE fighters, FOs, V-Wings, because they are
V-Wings are TIEs, yeah.
Mining Guild could be hilarious. So if you guys have any ideas of what crazy Aces Highs you'd potentially like to see, drop a comment below and we'll look and see if we can round up the troops and give it a go, because again, we love Aces High, and doing crazy variants like this is just really good fun.
You know what might be interesting? The bounty hunters, which Darth Vader conscripted in Empire Strikes Back.
they're all in different sized ships, so that's.
I know, but that would be funny though, just to see a
Yeah.
multitude of ships having
Bomber,
Punishing
Dengar,
Miss
Boss,
Hunter.
Forlom. Yeah.
I forgot about Bosk. Oh no.
Yeah, but do you say that they have to do Bosk in the Z95, or are they allowed to use the YV666?
I'd say YV666 because that's Bosk's flagship. So I don't know, just a weird thought I just had when looking at my slave one next to my Miss Hunter on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, Bounty Hunters only could be quite interesting because there's a lot more in there as well. I mean, if you expand it out, you've got Cad Bane, you've got the Mando as well. You could throw in Django.
Django Fett, yeah. If anyone's got the Bounty Hunter keyword, it's those guys.
Yeah. Mandalorians only. So there's lots of options out there. So let us know in the comments what you want to see, and we will try and get on that. And yeah, looks like Vader might be coming in to try and steal that early point on Wes. That's gonna be.
That Wes is back in the game is like, well, I'm gonna get cornered again.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a potential for quite a big scrum there. Obviously, myself and you have still got to move, but Fraser looks like he's coming in to try and pick himself a point. Ben and Madbots, Ben and Madbots they're just up there, just really going at each other. They don't care about anyone else. It's all about taking each other out there.
They're playing like a separate game to the rest of us. They're just like, let's kill each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
and here's a bump. Fortunately, despite being the same faction, you are not friendly to each other, so you don't have to roll for damage, which is okay.
But I do have the opportunity to take a red focus, which actually seems quite helpful in this instance.
Yeah. Red focus, and it saves you a force as well.
Which should have one, I'll ignore the overlay. If you really want to know how many force tokens I have, they're in the top left corner.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, when you're trying to track this many force, I mean, I'm impressed there's only one that's wrong. Ooh. And my turret is facing both of you.
Nice. Good old Agile Gunner.
It is just genuinely really good. If you don't have a necessity for any other gunner on there, like Skill Bombardier, for instance, Agile Gunner is a really solid option. Because if you're like me,
it's quite cheap, isn't it?
It's not. If I remember off the top of my head, it's like 2 or 3 points. But I find rotating the arc in a normal circumstance quite difficult to judge it right.
Yeah, it's 3 points. That's a good cost.
Yeah, but
I used to get 8 points back in the day. That was.
Yeah. 8 points, you need that. That's got to be reserved for like your perceptive co-pilots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still a big fan of perceptive co-pilot. He's got rid of all of his depletes and he's doing a big shot, and surprisingly he's going for you there rather than.
Well, I think he's thinking, I'll get 3 points to 1.
Yeah.
And also there's this thing called sibling rivalry, which I think sort of exists.
Absolutely, but Enduring was actually live there, so you did cancel that crit, which is.
Well, I neutralise them first, which is helpful.
You neutralise the crit, which, that could have been quite dangerous there for you. But Vader is next up. Is he going for 1 or 3? Looks like he's going for 1 point.
Because I think he's not in range of the 3 points.
Maybe.
Want any more crits with that?
Yeah. And there's Vader just to put another hit in, so that's guaranteed point there. Does Wes spend the evade or does he save the evade?
Oh, this is a heavy laser cannon. That's why the crits were cancelled.
Yeah. And he just got Juke, so spending the force and the evade to only take 1 damage. Still another point there for Defender Vader.
Nice.
So currently both Vaders and yourself on 2 points. You with the bounty token as well. So not very high scoring, but didn't expect that. Again, with all that force around, there's so many ways of modifying and just avoiding stuff. That's another big hit. And I think that was...
That might be Madbots.
That was...
I think.
No, that was Ion.
Oh, mad. If in doubt,
was...
get another Ion on him. Oh, of course.
Another...
He's not in bullseye in range 1.
Old school Ion rules would be horrendous right now because he could have got off the board. New Ion rules are all right.
More bearable.
Oh, 4 hit. That's a bit rude. 4 hits coming in onto me.
Well, I you know.
Range 1, bullseye. I mean, good job I got the force.
CLT, I have a focus, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It leaves you on 2 for next turn, you know.
Yeah.
That's still, you know, I can't be the only one on 2. I think we all should be on like the round 2 mark, apart from the people on the right hand of the screen.
Yeah. I mean, Wes has come back and Fraser has used R2D2. He's drained R2D2's batteries at this point to get himself back up. And we did call that because he's back to full health, if someone does take a shield off him, that's another point.
Just because how often do you see regen in Aces High? We thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. Ion torpedo, Ion cannon, into you there. And I think
that's me taking an Ion.
Yeah, 1 damage and an Ion. Nice. Just ideal for Vader to come and steal that next round, as Conor always does to me when we do games like this. He always steals my kills. But
thanks, Conor.
Can Wes actually steal it just before? That is a range 0 shot, because you are bumped, so ignore those dice.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, because even though they're not bumped, technically in arc, it's at range 1, they are bumped, so it is still a range 0 shot. And it looks like essentially he re-rolled them and got rid of the hit, which was
nice.
Unfortunate for Wes, but good for you. Potentially good for me.
Because I couldn't have done anything to my dice and he couldn't do anything to his, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Why did Anakin Skywalker cross the road? To get to the dark side.
They're not getting any better, are they?
No, they're not. It's just...
I mean, that was a solid one, though. I'm not gonna lie, that was solid. I mean, if someone brought those at a stand-up gig, I'd probably be a bit like, "Come on, mate, sort it out." But interesting from
bold. That nudges everything. Okay, well,
nudges everything. Lands on the rock, and one of the most forgotten upgrades in the world, Collision Detector.
Collision Detector.
Comes into play.
He's 10 points now, isn't it?
It's not cheap, but I used to love running Collision Detector on the Phantoms. Yeah. Oh, I'll just decloak over this rock.
I'll decloak over this. Oh, well, I ignore this. I can battle roll this. Oh, it's 10 points. No, who cares?
Yeah. Every time I look at the Phantoms and I look at their loadout, I always get a little bit sad. Because they don't quite have enough points of loadout, in my opinion.
Same with me and Starfighters, man. I got 2 of them. I've used 1 of them once. Like, I want more loadout. I want everything. I want a stealth device. I want this. I want this.
Yeah, I do love the Star Vipers. Should probably run my triples list at some point again. It was good fun. Right, what have we got here? Cheeky little 2 forward, knowing that you're still going to be behind me. no matter how you ion move, you will not bump, which is nice. Obviously, at range 0, you can't use turrets. It's only primary attack.
So you made good distance there.
Yep. And fortunately, looking at, well, Fraser's overshot there a little bit to be able to take a shot, but I do have initiative, so the only person that can really steal my kill from me is Madbots, and
he's other side of the board.
Fingers crossed I can get all that damage on you. All one of them.
All the one you need.
Yeah. Wes is covering more of this board. He's just everywhere. You blink and then that N1 is just in a completely new position.
Yeah, he's just... I mean, we say Phantoms can move. I mean, Wes, when he plays an 8 and N1 can move.
I mean, I'm looking at that. I don't know if he's going to still be able to have a shot on Vader, unfortunately, because Vader's still to move. But I reckon he's going up there to try and steal that kill. Ben's put in all of that hard work, and Wes is going to try and steal it, which would be hilarious. Purely because it's not happening to me.
Yeah. What can I say? Anakin's like to steal the kill at the last minute.
They always go for the glory. I'm just waiting to see. There's your ion move, and you did do the one bank round, so you're going to still have a shot, which is ideal for you. And let's see.
Oh, bullseye! That's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be quite bad for you.
Conor, what are you doing?
Defender Vader turning away again. I'm really surprised
he just doesn't.
By
he
that.
just doesn't want to fight. It's not on the passive Vader.
Yeah, I mean he's playing the defender defensively.
Well, you know, it's in the name.
Maybe they need to put Vader in the TIE aggressor.
TIE attacker or something.
Oh, maybe the TIE aggressor would actually be good if you had Vader in it.
Mm. Well, I mean, you could say that about any ship. It'd be good if it had Vader in it.
Yeah, but I mean the TIE aggressor, it needs some work. It's definitely one of the few ships in the Empire faction that I always look at and just go,
why
you
do
know
it
what?
exist?
Yeah, it doesn't do it. Ooh. Okay.
That's good for Ben.
I thought Vader was facing the other way.
I think so did I.
I thought Vader was facing the...
We forgot he did
the
talent roll last turn.
So, who's going to get that Vader kill, Wes or Ben? That is the question. I mean...
Who's going to die first, me or you?
Well, I mean, fingers crossed it's going to be you, because I have initiative. And
well,
there I am, very aggressively pointing at that Delta 7 saying, I'm going for it.
And, God, you just spent all your force just for the fun of it.
It's weird. I had a huge debate here. Do I just spend all my force and say, yeah, whatever? Or do I spend a target lock and see if I can save some of my force? It's weird, obviously. I only really need one force for defense because I only have one evade dice.
Yeah.
But
then if you spend all three, you guarantee me death. So.
Yeah. So, spending the target lock.
That was worth it.
Same result. Spending 2 force. Because I think this guaranteed. You got 2 evades or 3
I'm
evades?
3. Right, I keep my evade. I'm
Oh yeah.
extra dodgy. Oh well, you know.
There we go. Got
Nice. Me. Now this is when the fun begins. Cause I stick around to the end of the turn, and you get some bounty tokens.
Yeah. So I've now jumped myself up into the lead with 4 points. I have a bounty token on my ship because I've stolen yours. But now, apologies to Ben and Fraser. We got a little bit carried away with this little fight and kind of skipped the order of how things were supposed to go. So we went straight for your attack first.
But did, yeah.
In fairness, it's not going to affect Ben's shot. He wasn't exactly going to try and kill me first. The ST2s aren't that powerful, but I mean, there's a guaranteed hit for you there with the CRT.
Oh.
I can survive it. Flip it down because I'm not critically damaged yet. No, can't survive that. Very dead. Very, very, very dead. And then a big.
I take my bounty, then I disappear.
Yeah. And that means there's no bounties on the board either. All of your points have come from kills. None of them have come from first hits.
What can I say? I'm just that bad.
Yeah. But that is big scoring there. You're up to 5. One more point and that triggers the end game.
One more point takes it for me.
Yeah. But we need to see what happens up here. Can Ben
finish him off?
He's been trying all game to take out X1 Vader.
I mean, you hope he does. With the commitment he's put into trying to defeat him. Oh, Ben.
Oh, not like that.
That is unlucky.
Does he have a target? I don't know if he's got the target locked yet. So two hits.
He did have a target lock, and then I noticed that he didn't spend a force for his target lock, and it's like, well, I'll take it away and replace it with a focus. So.
Yeah. Oh, and they're spending a force. No, he's spending the focus.
He didn't want to spend a force.
I suppose when you've got that much force, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Is other Vader going to steal the kill? No, he's just out of range. So going in at Ben, but that's a lot of green dice being pulled up there.
Obstructed, range 3. I'm just that amazing. Oh. Go on, you're Vader. Just spend all your force, mate.
Vader, Malice, yeah.
Just spend 2.
Hit crit. Wow.
Got what he needed.
Well,
he jukes it.
He jukes it. I mean, that's just salty, isn't it?
Jukes makes him spend his last force. That is.
I mean, gives Wes the biggest decision to make now, but still got.
Well, technically, actually, I think at the time of this, actually, Anakin's on 3 health because it's a shield device.
Potentially, yeah.
Anakin's at. I think it's because Anakin's so defensive. He's a less desirable target.
I mean, you just saw that 5 dice. It's crazy. And can Wes steal it? 1 hit.
One's all you need.
A blank out.
Oh, of course he did.
That's not a blank out.
That's the opposite of a blank out.
Triple natural events and the salty Juke. The salty Juke not going to do anything, but still. Always hilarious though. But time for me and you to actually come back in, and because I had initiative, I got the first choice. And I'll tell you what, it'll be great if I remember that proxy mines.
Yeah, proxy mines, yeah. Slap bang in the middle of everyone.
Yeah.
I decided to do the passive approach. While Road's being decided. Well, I mean, I say passive, but it's more.
You didn't have an option.
It was either on a rock or facing away from everyone.
Yeah.
In the meantime, my wife broke up with me at Star Wars Celebration, and our Anakin cosplayer came up to me and put my hand on his shoulder and said, "May divorce be with you."
Oh, that's the worst one. That's
I'm
the
having too
worst
much fun
one.
with it. Why on earth did I decide, you know what, this video, I'm just going to bring some Star Wars puns just for the fun of it. I was trying to think of one. I was like, like trying to say Anakin, like Anakin. Anakin.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, I'm just gonna Google it.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work.
Oh, I think everyone has decided. Well, Wes has decided he's going to go. Looks like he wants to try and take me out. Or, to be honest, that's a great position to actually catch.
Just good for
me,
everyone. Yeah.
Potentially Vader.
It's stuff Kill Bill. It's Kill Phil now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good solid point on offer there for everyone. If everyone does shoot me down,
you have a lot of health, but if there's 3 or 4 ships shooting at you, that can get whittled down quite quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
Which gives you time to get some points back, actually, because it'll give me. Because I'm saying me because I'm guessing at the moment I'm your biggest fear of like, cause all I need is one more point. That's 1 damage on another ship, and then I win.
Yeah.
And because I'm facing the other side, I've got to turn around. So.
You say win, you trigger the end game, but obviously you got to wait till the actual game finishes.
You've
got bounty tokens on there. Yeah. But yeah, it does look like everyone is converging there. Fraser's come round. I can imagine Conor is going to be turning away because that's what he's done for most of the game when it comes to it.
He's going to drive thing. Let's build a Death Star.
Yeah. Oh, the quick turn there from yourself. Realising that at this stage of the game, you were unfortunate. We both rolled the hits, and
you went first. So you each had the better options.
I got them. Yeah, I had a much better option than you there.
And now I realise I have 4, so I can do all the actions I want.
Yeah. So fine-tuned boost and then a barrel roll. Working out which order to do them in is always really tricky sometimes.
Yeah. I think the closest thing I have to a double reposition ship is actually the A-Wing, but that's always boost first. Or boost last. So you don't really have the options, which is nice. It's like you don't have to think about it. The card tells you to do it for you.
Yeah, not in the good old version 1 days where you had Push the Limit, PTL. That's it. I was trying to remember what it was.
Everyone was Poe Dameron.
Oh, I used to love my soon-to fail build. Push the Limit, Predator, Stealth Device, and the old auto thrusters.
I think for me it was Kanan and the Ghost, whereas you just took 2 recon specialists because you can take the same card twice. And Kanan's ability was, instead of spending a force, it would spend a focus. So in this instance, you just had 3 focuses because it was recon specialist or recon officer, and it was just after you do a focus, gain a focus. So it's just like you had 3 focus tokens. You could take it twice, so you just you had enough focuses, and you can just reduce everyone's dice to 0. It was amazing.
I think for me, the one of the few cards I truly miss from version 1 was the Rebel Captive.
Oh yeah, no. See, yeah, that actually was I faced against that card the first time I played X-Wing. That's a fun fact for you guys. And it's just such a cool concept, and I think they've taken the concept and used it on Chancellor Palpatine. Whereas once someone shoots you, after they shoot you, spend a force, they get a stress. But back in the day, it was just after someone targets you, they get a stress. It's just like, oh, okay, so you really got to think about shooting them. And normally it would be this big lambda or a decimator, so that's scary things.
Yeah, those are where you would take it, because you could have so many options.
Like, I think they are you can have so many options with them, and that's why they're quite intimidating in just to play against. like even like Chance Palpatine now, in normally it would be a Separatist fire spray. That thing can do work if it needs to.
Oh yeah. Oh,
especially with Django with his like high ceiling of force point of loadout.
Django's ridiculous, but there is the first point of damage into me. So Madbots has taken the first points. Can I survive long enough to get a shot off?
Cool. And that Fraser shooting you now. Ooh, that's another two. That's not bad.
Two. So that's
takes you down to 3.
Half points.
Which is, well, I mean, half points isn't a thing anymore, but you know.
No, it's not a thing anymore, but it is still scary. That's 2 shots and 4 health gone, but
that's now it's time for me. Here's the predicament: is do I shoot Fraser or do I try and shoot you?
Yeah, it is a tricky one. Obviously, you've got a range 1 shot on Fraser with 2 force. He's only got 1.
And also, if I get that 1 damage, I get the point, which is trigger the end game. So I say begrudgingly, I enjoy shooting my brother. Don't take that out of context.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go. You get it, and this does mean that this is the final round, with you now on 6 points.
6 is all you need.
I'm just having a look. I think.
Can Phil take it back, or is it going to be taken by?
Well, it is me to shoot those iron cannon turret at Vader. That's 3 hits.
All you need is 1.
All I need is 1 hit.
Oh, and you get it.
That's the 1 hit. That is Vader stolen from Ben there. He has spent all game whistling Vader down, and I
became
swoop
Conor
in a Y-wing and steal it from him, putting me on 6 points. So we are level on points. I have the bounty token. Can I survive the next 2 shots? Because it looks like Ben doesn't have up. And that's
so
Ben going into Wes. That's... Oh, 2 hits and a crit. Can that... Oh, what's that crit? Because that could take Wes out.
Or could hurt the attack he does on you as well. Oh, if it could get rid of him, actually.
It was a damaged engine.
Yeah. Structure damage. But
no, it's a damaged engine, so it doesn't affect his attack.
Nice.
Conor is next. Yeah, Conor is up next. He has catches me at range 3. And obviously,
if anyone could do a lot of damage, it's the defender.
Yeah, Malice is where this is where it could do it. Not like that.
Well, no, he can. He gets 3.
Yeah, he gets 3. If
1
he
can
find
become
that
a crit. There it is.
Ooh, this is going to be...
This is when we say Malice happens after.
Yeah.
Oh, all 3 go through.
Oh, no, there's range 3, so extra die. So,
right, 2 go through.
Spending the force.
What's the crit?
The crit is...
Got red on red is really helpful, isn't it?
Console fire.
You've already engaged, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so not triggering that.
Can Wes take it home? Can Wes take it to a tie, or does Phil take the victory last minute?
Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Range 1 from Baby Annie.
Sure.
2 hits.
That's 2. His spinning might have been a good trick. Oh!
He evades! He survives on 1 point of health.
Jammy. Oh, wow.
I mean, that's seven points of damage I've just taken there. In that is incredible. But
Impressive,
yes,
yeah.
End of the game, tossing up all the scores with that bounty token being applied puts me onto 7. An incredible game there. So much. I mean, I'm a little bit biased. I won. It's always good fun when you win, but all in all, it was an absolutely incredible game, regardless.
I mean, the two least popular Anakins came first and second, which was what was funny.
Yeah, the last picked Anakins, first and second there, gave everyone else the option. I mean, I still have to say that Wes was absolutely brilliant in that.
Oh, he
really good fun.
Especially because he was Initiative 4, he had quite a substantial disadvantage to us Initiative 6s. So.
Oh yeah, massive disadvantage, but well done to all players. So much fun there. So big thank you to them and yourself, Fergus, for playing, and also for joining me for commentary. So thank you very much for joining me.
No, this was one of the best games I've played in. So
yeah,
great fun.
I mean, it was your first Aces High, wasn't it?
First in person one. I've played some on TTS before.
Fair enough. But yeah, it is just absolutely fantastic. But that's going to round off the video, guys. Again, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you have any idea for some crazy Aces High, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. But in the meantime, guys, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon in the description below, and we will see you next time.